This is the problem every mapmaker in history has been trying to solve. The Earth is a sphere. A map is flat. And you can't just flatten a sphere without breaking something. Nobody's figured it out, and nobody will. Every map you've ever seen in your classroom, in your textbook, on the news, gets this wrong. Not just a little wrong, but fundamentally, mathematically, unavoidably wrong. When you make a flat map out of a round planet, you have to choose what to sacrifice. You can keep the shapes accurate, but the sizes go haywire. Or you can keep the sizes accurate, but the shapes get stretched and distorted. You can try to compromise and protect a little of everything, but then nothing is truly right. That orange peel, that's it. That's the whole problem. 500 years of math and cartography, and nobody solved it because it's not solvable. There are hundreds of map projections. Literally hundreds, and every single one is a different answer to the same impossible question. Something like this is the only accurate map of the Earth. A globe. Everything else is a compromise. So why not just use a globe? Globes are great. I've got a dozen of them in this shop. But a globe only shows you half the world at a time. You have to spin it, search for things, work to find what you're looking for. A flat map gives you the entire planet in one view. You can see how everything connects, the distances, the relationships between places, the parts of the world you never thought about, all at once. There's a reason every classroom, every newsroom, every war room has a map on the wall, not a globe. So we need flat maps. And flat maps can't be perfect, which means the question becomes, which kind of imperfect do you want? Let me show you what those compromises actually look like. This is the one most people know, Mercator. Published in 1569 for ship navigation. It keeps the shapes right. Coastlines look correct. Angles are preserved, which is exactly what you need if you're sailing across the Atlantic. But it absolutely destroys size. The further you get from the equator, the more everything inflates. That's why Greenland looks the same size as Africa when it's actually 14 times smaller. That's why Alaska looks bigger than Mexico when it's actually smaller. The map just doesn't show it. So people said, okay, let's fix the size problem. This is an equal area projection called the Gall-Peters projection. Every landmass is shown at its correct relative size. Africa looks huge because Africa is huge. The problem? Look at the shapes. Everything near the poles gets stretched and squished. It's accurate, but I'll be honest, it's kind of ugly. So then you get these, the compromise projections. They try to balance everything. Nothing's perfect, but nothing's wildly off either. Shapes look reasonable, sizes are close-ish, and the whole thing feels balanced. A lot of people think these are the most beautiful world maps. But even these are wrong. They're just wrong in a way that feels less wrong. So here's the question I get asked more than any other. What's the most accurate world map? I've been doing maps for over 25 years. People expect me to point at one and say this is the right one. But I can't, because that question doesn't actually have an answer. It's like asking what's the best chord to play on a guitar. It kind of depends on what song you're playing. Every projection is designed for a purpose. Mercator is still the best for navigation. Equal area is essential for data visualization. Compromise projections are probably the most honest, general purpose view of the world. They're all right. They're all wrong at the same time. And once you understand that, once you really get that no map is the map, something kind of shifts. You stop looking for the correct answer and you start looking for the one that resonates with you. After all these years in the map business, I've handled just about every projection there is. And you know what I actually care about most? I want someone to walk past a map on their wall and stop. I want them to notice a country they've never thought about. Or trace a coastline and realize they have no idea what's on the other side of it. Or just stop and look at it and feel something, even if they can't explain what. An accurate map that nobody looks at isn't doing anything. A beautiful map that makes you curious every time you walk by it, that's doing its job. So if every map is wrong, pick the one you can't stop looking at. That's why we print what we print. 500 years, hundreds of projections, and it all comes back to an orange peel that won't lay flat. Every map is someone's answer to an impossible question. I just think your answer should be one you love looking at.